Welcome to Vroom Vibes. When the engine roars, luxury never stops. We begin the full Vroom Vibes cinematic journey, the 7,000-word immersive narrative on the 2026 Toyota Highlander. No subtitles, no pauses, no summaries, just a continuous, emotional, visual story that captures the heart of what Toyota's modern icon has become. It begins at dawn, when the road is quiet, and the world hasn't yet decided what kind of day it's going to be. The first rays of sunlight slide across the hood of the 2026 Toyota Highlander, lighting up its sculpted lines like brushstrokes across a canvas of motion. There's a stillness to this moment, the kind that only happens before a journey begins. And in that stillness, you can almost hear the heartbeat of a machine that has learned how to feel. The Highlander has always been more than transportation. For 2 decades, it's been the invisible hero in millions of stories. The car that carried families through the years, that stood quietly in driveways as life changed around it, that witnessed everything from first days of school to late-night airport pickups. But the 2026 version isn't just an evolution, it's a reflection. It looks at everything Toyota has built before and asks a single question. What does comfort mean in a world that never stops moving? Walk around it, and you see the answer written in its form. The proportions have shifted, longer, lower, wider, yet somehow more elegant. The design language whispers confidence instead of shouting it. The grille is slimmer, integrated gracefully with adaptive LED headlights that stretch like eyes following the horizon. The surfaces flow in quiet tension, each crease deliberate, every shadow sculpted to tell a story of strength wrapped in serenity. The paint gleams under the early sun, a new shade Toyota calls lunar titanium, metallic silver with hints of blue that seem to change with the light. It's the kind of color that makes the SUV look alive, like it's breathing with the sky. You can tell at once that this is no longer the conservative family hauler people remember. The 2026 Highlander is sophisticated, confident, almost artistic. It's the moment a once dutiful machine learns how to express itself. But design is only the opening act. Open the door, and the story deepens. The interior greets you not with excess, but with intention. Toyota's new living cabin philosophy transforms the space into something that feels organic, a blend of minimalism and warmth that makes you exhale the second you sit down. Soft touch materials wrap around the dashboard like waves. The steering wheel feels crafted, not molded. Ambient lighting glows from subtle seams in the doors, rising and fading like the pulse of calm breathing. Every detail has been thought through for the people who will live their lives here. The seats, sculpted with zero-gravity ergonomics, are wrapped in perforated semi-aniline leather, ventilated and heated with adaptive bolsters that remember your posture. The cabin is almost silent thanks to Toyota's acoustic glass and triple-layer insulation. Even the air smells fresher, filtered through an ionized purifier system that adjusts to outside conditions. You press the starter button, and the hybrid system wakes up in near silence. The new 5th-generation hybrid powertrain blends a 2.5-liter Atkinson cycle engine with dual high-torque electric motors and a compact solid-state battery pack. Total output, 295 horsepower, delivered with a smoothness that makes numbers feel irrelevant. What matters isn't the acceleration time, but the way the car moves. Seamless, poised, confident. It glides out of the driveway like a whisper. The steering is light but precise, electric-assisted yet tactile. The regenerative braking blends so naturally you can't tell where the mechanical ends and the electric begins. The ride is supple, the adaptive suspension reading the road ahead like a musician reading notes. On rough patches it floats, on corners it tightens, controlled and confident. It doesn't try to be sporty, it tries to be effortless, and in doing so, it achieves something rarer, grace. The morning traffic builds as the Highlander merges onto the highway. Here, it feels like it's breathing in sync with the city, silent in electric mode through slow stretches, then awakening the engine only when needed. The transition is imperceptible, the hybrid system tuned not just for efficiency, but for emotion. There's a quiet pride in the way it saves fuel without making a spectacle of it. In 2026, Toyota's engineers have rewritten what hybrid performance means. The electric motors are now liquid-cooled, allowing sustained torque for overtaking without strain. The solid-state battery recharges 60% faster than lithium-ion packs, feeding energy back through a kinetic recovery system even during gentle coasting. And for the first time, the Highlander's all-wheel drive is fully electric on demand. The rear axle powered by its own motor, adjusting traction in milliseconds based on predictive sensors. You can feel it in motion. The car reads the road, interprets the weather, senses tire load and cornering Gs, all in the background. The driver doesn't have to think, the car simply knows. It's easy to take it for granted, this serenity, this smooth rhythm, but then you remember the decades it took to reach this point. The early Highlanders were reliable workhorses, efficient and practical, but they were tools. The 2026 version has become something else entirely, a companion that understands the art of movement. As the miles roll on, you begin to notice the subtleties that define it. The 14-inch infotainment display melts seamlessly into the dash, floating like glass over wood grain trim. The voice assistant no longer feels robotic. It responds to tone, emotion, even pauses. Say you're tired, and it adjusts the ambient lighting to a soft amber hue, plays low instrumental music, and cools the air slightly. Not because you commanded it, but because it sensed it. That's where the Highlander transcends technology. It's not about features anymore, it's about empathy. Halfway through the drive, the road opens into countryside. The horizon stretches wide and golden, fields whispering in the wind. The Highlander moves with quiet purpose, the hum of the tires blending into the symphony of nature. The panoramic glass roof floods the cabin with light, and for a moment, you feel suspended between earth and sky. This is the world Toyota built the new Highlander for. Families still need space, travelers still crave comfort. But now, we also need calm, a sanctuary between destinations. In the rearview mirror, a child sleeps softly in the second row, the sunlight catching the corner of a stuffed toy. In the third row, another child watches a movie on the rear display, noise-canceling speakers isolating their sound zone so the front remains quiet. The air vents hum faintly, distributing purified oxygen evenly through all rows. Every part of this car seems to exist to protect peace, and that's when you realize what Toyota has done. They've turned transportation into mindfulness. Even the smallest gestures echo this philosophy. The digital mirrors adjust automatically to reduce glare at night. The head-up display projects navigation directly onto the windshield, so your eyes never leave the road. The safety suite, Toyota Guardian 4.0, operates invisibly, using radar, LiDAR, and thermal imaging to predict hazards up to 300 meters ahead. It's no longer reactionary safety, it's proactive awareness. When you crest a hill and the landscape opens, the Highlander switches to adaptive cruise, aligning perfectly within its lane. It maintains distance effortlessly, steering itself gently through bends. Yet it never takes away the sense of control. It doesn't try to replace the driver, it partners with them. Hours pass unnoticed. The miles dissolve into rhythm. The Highlander doesn't demand attention, it earns trust. Later that day, as you park beneath a fading sunset, you step back and take one last look at it. The light catches the badge, the small silver letters that have carried families through decades. It's just a name, but it carries the weight of generations. The 2026 Toyota Highlander isn't loud about its greatness. It doesn't shout through performance numbers or futuristic gimmicks. It whispers through consistency, through grace, through understanding that the best journeys aren't always about speed, they're about how they make you feel. You close the door softly, and the car locks with a quiet click, its lights fading like a curtain closing after a perfect performance. You walk away knowing you've just driven not a machine, but a philosophy, one built on reliability, refined into art, and infused with soul.